Hi, it's Mary. Welcome to the Paper Turtle. Today we are doing a craft along, and this is using some things from my last haul video, and I'm working in my Outlander journal. I was inspired to do this because I was looking at, well, first, before I tell you that, well, where did I put them? Okay. I attempted something and it didn't really work out. What I was originally trying to do was to make a shaker thing. I wanted to use some of the dies from the haul. So I used these dies here. And I used an image from one of the books, and I also, on a second one, used one of the butterfly note cards that I got. One of these. So, my first attempt was this. I used a piece of the vellum from one of the books, from this book here. This absolutely gorgeous book. There's vellum in there. This is a piece of it here. But it's too dark. Excuse me. My throat is froggy. The vellum is too dark for my taste. And there wasn't enough height to make this a shaker. So I ended up with this. And it can be decorated a little bit more, just as a little thing to journal card or something. I don't know what I'll do with that. So that was attempt number one. Attempt number two was this. Goes this way. Where I used a little piece of cardboard to raise it up. And instead of the vellum, I used just a piece of acetate. And I did stick some, see, they're not even floating around very well, some sequins in there. So I really wanted them to float around, which means I probably needed a thicker piece of the cardboard. So this was attempt number two. After that, I said, never mind, that project's not working. I'm going to move on to something else. So I was looking at all my stuff that I had gotten in the haul, and I saw this piece of lace, I guess. It's eyelet lace. And I thought, ooh, that's really pretty. That's going to make a nice pocket. So then my next thought was, where do I put said pocket? And this made me think of Claire in Outlander. So I'm putting it in my Outlander book. Now, my Outlander book, I have not worked in a whole lot. I've done a few things in here, but not a lot. So I thought this would be something good to work on for my craft along, so that you get to see my book, and I'll be using things from the haul, and I just think it'll be fun. You'll like it. So first thing I'm going to do is use this piece of trim, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to cut it to size. Hope I do this straight. I have a guide, so it should be straight. And I'm going to trim this side too. I've thought this video out a little bit. And I'm going to trim off the bottom because I don't want the pocket to be that tall. I think I just want it to be this tall. So I'm going to trim off this bottom part, and that can be used somewhere else. because we certainly wouldn't throw that away. And so this is going to be my pocket. I think that's pretty. You know what? I'm not crazy about the side though, or this side. What if I fray it a little bit? Do you think that would do anything? I don't know. Let me find a pin. I have this little teeny tiny plastic thing. You know what that's from? It's kind of funny. It's from the top of an ice cream cone. You know, you buy the frozen ice cream cones, like the buddy cones, and this is the top of them. And so I had eaten a cone, and I had set one of these. I had left it sitting on the counter, and my husband came along and he threw it away because he thought it was trash. And so then I ate another one another day, and I left one on the counter, and he asked me, are you saving these for some reason? Because you keep leaving them on the counter. And so I said, well, yeah. So I said, give it to me. I'll put it in my room. I wasn't sure what I was saving it for, but that seems to work. It just holds little tiny things that end up on my table. I know that's really silly. There's so many other things I could use for that, but I don't know. You try to find uses for every little thing, and that's just one of those little things that I found. I think that'll look better if that's frayed like that. We'll see. So we've got your stuff out and you're crafting along with me. And if not, that's alright if you're just watching. I usually, when I'm watching videos, I just watch them. I don't craft along because I'm usually just watching them as I'm chilling out in front of the TV. My husband's watching golf or something on TV, so I watch my crafting videos. What do you do when you're watching a video? And if you're crafting along, what are you doing? What you making? All right. What do you think? Does that look? I think that looks a little bit better. So it looks like it's torn as opposed to cut crookedly like I did. So I'm going to use this clear tacky glue because it seems to hold fabrics and things best for me. I'm just trying to decide if I want to put it directly on this or on the paper. I think I'll put it on the paper. You might be able to hear the rain. It's a rainy day out there today. We are heading towards the end of hurricane season, and well, it's the beginning of September, or is it the end of August? I don't even know what day it is. Whatever day it is, it's either August 31st or September 1st. I don't know what day it is. Isn't that bad? But it's the end of our hurricane season, and it's the worst part of hurricane season because it is when we get the most hurricanes. We don't have anything in the forecast right now, but during this time is when we have rainy days like this because they're tropical storms. All right, I think that's kind of pretty, right? Maybe it needs a button or something. Let me see if I have something that looks... I need to clear this little thing out because I keep throwing stuff in here. And it was supposed to originally be for buttons for me to pick from. Oh, that's got like a castle or something on it. That'll work. Ooh. Oh, I like that. My mother gave me a few of these metal buttons that she had found. I don't know if they came in a thing of buttons or what, but the shanks had all been already taken off of them. So as a button collector, they're kind of useless. So she gave them to me, and they're perfect on some of these pages. I only have a few of them. No, that's not one. Hold on. I like that one. I'm going to use that. I should have sewn it on there, because I don't know if that glue's going to hold. I will try it. If it doesn't hold, I've got some like super glue that I think would hold. But I'll try this first, because I don't like using that other stuff, because it's really strong and it's stinky. Now, what I don't want to happen, I guess it wouldn't really matter that much. I was going to say I don't want it to go to soak through the fabric and close off the pocket, but it's over here in the corner. So if that happens, I'm not going to worry too much about that, because yeah, that's all right. I'm not going to worry too much about if it does that, because I'll just put something in there that fits in that space. I still feel like it needs something, right? I should have thought of that before I actually glued the button down, because I probably should put something underneath it. I have a little scrap of something. What is this? No. Lace on lace. I don't think that'll work. Unless it's something. That's kind of pretty. Let me see if I can get that on there. Underneath the button. I don't know how this is going to work. Now I don't know how Outlander-ish this is, but hey, if it, if it even looks remotely like it fits, then I'm going to use it. Okay, so that's going to have to dry. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is check the time. Shoot. How long have we been here? What do you think? 10 minutes, maybe? All right. I'll go to 1:45. All right, I'm going to leave that for now and let that dry. And then we'll see what happens, what else happens with it. I might end up putting, like, maybe stamping something on the page or something. I don't know, because I don't know what I'm going to put in the pocket yet. So that's fine. All right, so what else do I want to do? I wrote myself notes. So I have this. I was in a bookstore. Don't look at that ugly picture. Oh my god, that's a horrible picture. And the display in the bookstore was right after. Oh, it was before Bees came out. No, right after Bees, or right before Bees came out. They had a display and they had this cutout of Jamie Fraser, so I had to take a picture with it. So that's going in my journal, and it's going to go on this envelope. This is from the haul, and I'm going to put the picture there. And the envelope, I think I'm going to wrap it here. Like I'll adhere it here. Maybe I'll make that a little tuck spot. And then this will be a fold out right here. And it'll be a pocket. Maybe I should put the picture on this side. What do you think? You know what I could do? You can't even see. You can't even see what I'm looking at. Oh my God. Envelope here, fold out with a tuck spot. I'm debating whether I want to put the picture here, which looks okay, or if I want to actually put it here, which was my first thought. And you know what I think I might do? I'm going to do a little trick that we used to do in scrapbooking. I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to cut this and tuck the picture in there so that it, this goes on top of the picture. Well, I hope I explained that right. Sometimes I can't speak very well. So I'm going to trim the picture. Trim one of these lights off. And then what I'm going to do, I need a cutting mat. Grab it. I think I need a small one. All right, I need to go on the other side of my desk and get this, so I will be right back. Not going far. Just going over here, and it's going to take me a minute to open this drawer. This should work. I thought I had another small cutting mat. I don't know what I did with it. Okay. I have this cutting mat. So I'm going to put the cutting mat inside the envelope. And I am going to take my cutter. Hopefully I can do this. Let's see. I'm going to just start here. And I'm going to just cut. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Around the butterfly. You're really supposed to move this and not your blade. But because my mat is so long, it makes it a little awkward to move. Trying though. This slice too high. That's all right. This doesn't have to be perfect. This is a little trick I used to do, or have done in the past, on my scrapbook pages. And it comes out really cute if you can do it well. I feel like I'm a little bit not as smooth here as I want to be. Alright, let me try that. So then the concept come on. fiddly foo here. Concept is that the picture goes like this. That's not too bad. I'd rather have it go further down though. So I think I'm going to cut a little bit more. Need a little bit more on the butterfly, I think. And then a little bit more over here. I don't want to cut too far over because you don't want it to have, you don't want it to be too close to your edges, so it would rip. A little bit more. There. That's where I want it, right there. Now I'm just trying to decide, do I want to map my photo? I think I do. I didn't plan on doing that, so I'm not prepared, but let me see what I've got here in my scraps. With nothing big enough there. See if I have anything the right color here. So I have scraps in several different places. These are bigger scraps. Nothing there, because I just cleaned these out not too long ago and put them in my other location for scraps, which is drawers, sorted by color. Then I have this bag of scraps that I often pull from, but I think there's not going to be anything in here that I want. Oh wait, will this work? Look, is that too? That'll work. I'm going to ink it. Okay. All right, so and I'm going to just glue it. Usually I don't glue my photos. I usually use those photo split things, simply because when I first started scrapbooking, I was using old original photos, and I wanted to be able to remove the photos easily if I wanted to make a copy of them. So I started using those photo split things, and I just got in the habit of it. And to me, that's how I adhere photos. It's just how I do it. So that's what I do. This little cutter came from Creative Memories long time ago. I don't know if they still make these or not, but this is like the handiest little cutter. I just love it. It's great for cutting photos and small things. The blade works really well, and yeah, I just like this. I like this little cutter. I didn't cut that very straight though, did I? How'd that happen? That's weird. Here I'm talking great things about this cutter, And it didn't even cut straight for me. I'll fix it with this. This will cut straight. Of course, I have to line these up correctly because sometimes that's all me. I just don't line it up right. It can be tricky sometimes, you know. There we go. Sometimes I wonder if it's like my contacts that make me not be able to see straight, because sometimes I feel like everything I do is crooked. I don't know. It's my Outlander journal. I don't know if you watch Outlander or have read Outlander or not. I read the books before the show came out. And when I saw that they were doing a show, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're going to do a show on Outlander. And so now I've watched the show. And the show is fairly close. The first season was very close to the books. And each season they do something that's not in the books. The books are huge, so there's no way that they can put everything in the books in the show. They just can't do it. Well, they could if they wanted like 20 seasons or something, but you understand why they don't, because it's just impossible. And the books are so detailed and so, they're like just awesome. If you haven't read it, you should give it a try. Now, I will say that it's not for everybody, because I have talked to people who said that they started reading them, but they couldn't read them because, not to have spoilers or anything. Oh, I should have inked this. I probably can't now. Maybe I can. Not to give you too many spoilers or anything, but there are some scenes in the books that, and the show, that are, they're not nice. But heck, people watch crime dramas with people killing each other all the time and stuff, so this isn't any worse than any of that stuff. But it's important to the story and the development of the characters. So, you know, you can always skip those parts or something if you don't like them, but the rest of everything else in the books are great. So there's, if you're not familiar with it, there's romance, there's lots and lots of drama, it's historical because it's historical fiction, and it and what was I going to say? Oh, and it entails time travel. Now, when I first read the synopsis of the first Outlander book, before I read it, I was like, time travel? Really? I don't know. I don't know if I want to read about time travel. It's not my thing, not my genre. But I gave it a try. And I just absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I almost goofed. I want to make this like a tiny little tuck spot pocket. And I almost glued this side. Don't glue that side, Mary. You want to glue this side. Well, that wasn't very, very straight. Oh, goodness. So anyway, yeah, so Outlander is, oh my gosh, I just love them. I get so hooked on these books. Of course, the books are better than the show, but the show is now on Netflix, the first 5 seasons. They just finished season 6 not too long ago, so that's not on Netflix yet, but it's on Stars. I subscribe to it for the show and then I unsubscribe again. We do that with different channels, because we want to watch different things, and we can't afford to subscribe to everything. So we subscribe to the one that we're watching at the moment and then cancel and subscribe to something else. Alright, so there is my flip. But I need to do something on the other side of it. Right here. I thought about putting some trim there, but I don't know if it'll be too bulky. I have this trim. This, I believe, is from this haul. But you know, it's cotton, so it is a little bit bulky. So I don't know if I want to put that, but I have this trim. Oh my gosh, I have a big huge piece of this that I need to wind on a card. That's not so bulky. This might have been in the previous haul, I don't know. So I could put that there. The only thing with this one, you can kind of see that white through, but I guess that's okay. You know what, I'm going to wait on this because I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. So until I figure out what I'm going to do there, and we may come back to that if we have time, I'm going to wait. So we'll see. Okay, but that's in there. Then, the next thing that I wanted to do in here, I have this book from the haul. And I thought, well, they were in Paris a couple of times. They were in Paris. So I looked through the book to see if I could find something that would work. You know, the story, she travels back to the 18th century. So I didn't want like modern day looking things in there. But I thought that this picture would work. And I love this. I don't know if this probably wasn't there in the 1700s, but I don't care. I mean, it's my book. I can put in what I want, right? And then there's this little picture too. That kind of looks like it could have been old. Let me just tear that out. I might do something with that. We'll see. This book, by the way, is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh, there's gorgeous pictures in there. So, but what I thought I would do with this one, it's just about a tiny bit too tall, so I'm going to cut it down a little bit. And I thought that I would make it a flip. I mean, it's perfect. It's got this white edge on it, and so it's very quick and easy, simple little thing. So I'm going to do that. Oh yes, yet another cutter. Let's see, how about there? I have a variety of cutters because I use them for different materials. I use them for different size things. It's just, it's handy to have different ones. And I'm just going to fold it along the edge that has the white. It's like this was like made to go in my book. It's perfect. That. Yes, I love that. This needs some inking, I think. And I'm going to use the same. This is ground espresso. It's kind of a dark brown. Oh yeah, it works. So I'm not doing anything like super creative here. And at some point I will, you know, add other things to what I've already done. But this is just to kind of show you how I use some of the things from the haul. And it gets me using some of the things from the haul. That's so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and ink this side too. Very lightly. Mostly just for this torn edge. Yeah, that's pretty. I think it's pretty. What do you think? Now, where am I going to put it? So while I'm flipping through trying to find a spot to put this, I'll show you some of the things that I've done in here. I haven't done much, but in the front I put this book plate and this little thing that says the power of love is infinite. This, above all else, Outlander is a huge giant love story. And it's just, oh my goodness, if you love all those things, historical, romance, intrigue, long sagas, the time travel thing is, to me, I mean, it's the basis of the story, but it's kind of a minor thing in the story to me. But oh my gosh, check out Outlander. I'm telling you, if you like to read, just check it out. It's awesome. So I had this pack of like steampunk paper. I was like, steampunk, that's not really my thing. What am I going to do with this? But there were some things in it that just fit. And so this paper, and I made this tag out of, they had a cut apart sheet. And it says, we all have our time machines. They are called memories. I love that. I absolutely love that. It's so fitting for the book. So I did that. Here's the flip we just did. All right, while I'm flipping through, I need to find a spot for this. Boy, I hope I'm not going to have to shorten it. I think it'll work, though. It's going to have to be on a full page. I have a lot of flips in here. Yeah, see, it won't fit on this page because the paper's too little and this is too big. So here I made this tuck spot. This is from an Outlander coloring book. I have two. I bought one and somebody gave me one. So I figured I could cut one of them up and use it in here. I'm not crazy about all the pictures in there, but some of them work. And so I colored this one. Not the greatest coloring job, but you know, it's all right. This is some handmade paper that somebody sent me. And I thought it was just absolutely perfect. It looks like a stone. To me, it looks like a stone. And they have to have a jewel to go through the stones. So I put this little pearl here. And then I made a journaling card. I have a magazine that has a lot of pictures from the show in it, and I just copied the picture. And then I have a couple of the books that I'm cutting up. This one that I made the cover out of, and then a paperback. They're duplicate books for me. I've got the entire set in hardback. So I have a couple of paperbacks that are, you know, they've been read, they're torn. They're not torn, but I'm using them. So I just took that from the book and made the journaling card. And it tucks in there. And this is just a little metal embellishment. Yeah, I might have to cut this down a little bit more to fit it on one of these pages. darn. I didn't want to have to do that. If I put it on there and have it stick out, will that look funny? Would that work? I suppose that would work. I could make this a pocket. Maybe I'll do that. Then I'll just put it where it fits. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it a pocket, and I'm going to just glue it on here. And it'll stick out a little bit, but that's okay. I can work with that. So I need glue along here. And then glue, let's see. Here. Did I do that straight? I don't know. And that way it glues on and it's a pocket. And if it sticks out a little on the other side, I'll just make that like a design element or something. It's got to go here, like this. I think that'll work. I'm going to make it work. Yeah. And then this will just be another page for me to decorate at some point, and a pocket. And if this doesn't work as a pocket, I'll just glue it down. I can always add glue under there if I want to. And then over here, I mean, I'll do something on this page anyway, so that'll work. I like it. And I think I want to find, as I'm flipping through here, someplace to put this lace, because I do like this. And I don't have any lace on my edges yet. What about right there? That works. I want to show you my folder of Outlander stuff that I have been saving for this journal. I just haven't taken the time to really do too much in here yet. Let me just glue this on here first, then I'll show you. I like a lot of lace and trim sticking out on my journals. I just like the look. Now this journal is just, this is a journal for me. And it's just for me to play in and to kind of, I don't know, document my love of Outlander, to save some Outlander type stuff. You know, it's just to like, kind of like as a little Outlander scrapbook, I guess. Oh, that looks good there because it looks good on the other side too. All right, let me just show you. So I put it on this side and it shows through on this side. And this is a belly band that I made. So the the story, just in case you're not familiar with it, this woman in the 1940s, after World War II, she time travels, and I'm not going to give it all away. You have to read the book or watch it to see how all it happens. But she time travels back to the 18th century, and then at some point, throughout all the books, it kind of goes back and forth between the 18th century and the 20th century. And at one point in the book, it's like in the 60s. And this is the character in the book in the 60s. It just reminded me of her. I thought it looked like her. So that's why this is in the book. And it's a belly band. I like it. I thought it came out really cute. And the last book that just came out this past year is Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone. So you'll see some bee references in here. Here's a belly band that I made from wallpaper. And one of the books in the series, there's 9 books right now. One of the books is called Dragonfly and Amber. So that's the dragonfly. There's 9 books in the series, and then there's some side books with the author calls novellas. They're smaller, like short stories, compiled into other books, and they're side stories of some of the characters in the books, and those are really good too. This is just a flip that I made. This was from a magazine, and I just liked the picture. And part of the story takes place in North Carolina in the mountains, so it reminded me of that. I just put that in there. And that's just a tuck spot. Character in the story, she's kind of an herbalist, so she goes out foraging and collects mushrooms and plants and concocts healing things with the plants and everything. This was a cluster I made. I just liked it. There is a bee on it. And this is a card I had picked up. It was like a deck almost of castle cards. And so this one is a castle in Scotland, which is where this story, some of this story takes place. And it reminds me of one of the castles in the show. It's not the castle they filmed at, but it looks like it. So I just stuck that in there. I think that might be, oh no, that's not it. I have a really cool thing in here that I did that I really liked. Here it is. This is Master Raymond's Cabinet of Curiosities. If you know, you know. And it opens up and there's his shelves. I have to find some other things to put on here. And I just thought of something the other day. Do I have a book right here? No. I just thought of something the other day I want to put on here. It's an animal skull. And I think I have books that might have an animal skull in it that I could put in here. Because that's what Master Raymond had. And here's the key to it. These are buttons. Aren't those cool? They're little shoe buttons. I absolutely love how that came out. And I think that that's all that I have done. This is just a tuck spot made with a doily and a flip on the other side. That's all that I have done in here so far. I have this pouch that my sheets came in. Is this cool? It is 12 inches wide, so it's perfect for scrapbook paper. Isn't that awesome? So this is my my Outlander pouch, and anything that I find that I think would go well in my Outlander journal goes in here. And this is really cool because there's a pocket. I don't know if you can see. There's a pocket in here. So I put all the little things in the pocket. And then all the big things go back here. And you can see I have a stamp. There's a deck of cards. There's some charms. So there's all kinds of things in here for my journal that I just haven't gotten to doing yet. And I think that that's all that I had on my schedule. I'm just kind of looking to see if there happens to be anything else sitting here from the haul that I can include, but I don't really see anything at the moment. So I'm gonna just say goodbye for now, and I hope you crafted along with me or got a little idea of something that you maybe could do. Maybe you haven't done something like this before and you could try something like that. That's kind of fun to do. One way of using an envelope, if you haven't used an envelope like that before. And don't forget your pretty trim on your pages, because that always adds to it. So I guess that we will see you the next time. Thank you so much for watching, and have fun crafting. Bye-bye.